Hello everyone, Ryan Embry here at the Independent Hotel Show with Kat. Kat, we spoke a couple months ago leading up to this incredible show. I can't believe it's here. Busy summer, but thank you so much for joining me here in Miami.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here, and
Excited to be here.
Second show in a row and third overall, I believe.
Third overall for us. Really excited. I wanted to start there because I think this show, like all shows that maybe just start in its infancy, kind of evolve, based on feedback that they hear from attendees, vendors, everything. You've had some quite success here in actually getting your own event together just through the strong connection of networking that you can do at the Independent Hotel Show. Talk to us about kind of what you want to get out of a show like this, Kat.
Yeah, great. Absolutely. So as we mentioned last time we spoke, meeting the Boutique Hotelier team, we successfully had our Women in Hotels brunch kickoff in the United States. So back in March, we had a beautiful brunch at Society Cafe in Greenwich Village, really fantastic panel. And so what we're looking for this show and kind of in general are additional panelists for the 2026 launch of the Women in Hotels brunch, of course, additional sponsors, and what new event are we going to bring, possibly with our partners at Boutique Hotelier, possibly with some other partners. We have an awesome network in New York City, and we really want to highlight some incredible independent hotels, some incredible branded hotels as well, and certainly some female leaders.
And this is so exciting because it could be the launching point of a lot of great connections, but also I think trends and topics that are really bubbling up to the top of our industry, right? You get people in the same room talking about the same challenges, seeing the same things as on the trends and guest side, and then saying, hey, you know what? This might be something that we need to share. And in those types of forums, that's when things really the momentum starts to build. And I want to kind of talk to you about that because before we talked, we were heading into that busy summer travel season, right? How was the summer for the portfolio, and are there any guest trends that you're seeing or noticing out there within the portfolio?
Great, yeah, we had a crazy summer. Thrilled because Bridgeton actually took over management of an iconic property in the Hamptons this year called Rushmeyer's, and we received some incredible press. Our team at Go PR did an amazing job. We were featured in Condé Nast, we were featured in Maxim, a few others. It was really a successful launch. So I was lucky enough to spend the entire season out in the Hamptons. Rough.
Oh, boo. Yeah.
So difficult. Normally I wouldn't be this tan coming to Miami, but and we are seeing over and over again that while travelers are craving a unique experience, it's the experiential portion of the hotel that they're looking for. So we continue to, at several of our properties, produce events or programming like yoga, sound baths, crystal readings, bird watching we talked about before. We launched a really awesome savory s'mores package. So it was, of course, your traditional s'mores. You have the chocolate, the marshmallows, the graham cracker. Then we were putting chorizo, we were putting cheese, we were putting pineapple, all of these things. And we had this great crowd around a fire just cooking over the fire. And it was great. It was a fantastic summer. We're seeing a little bit more what works, what doesn't work.
Sure.
Some, programming is a little complicated, and maybe it doesn't flow as well as you want it to. But that's also the fun of the independent hotels.
That's what I was going to say.
You try it, you do it.
It's the beauty and the freedom of being an independent hotel to make those changes on the fly, right? To try stuff out because you don't know what hits, right? You don't know that, like you said, with the bird watching, that became such a memorable piece of the guest experience at one of your properties. And that's, I think, what, we talked about it off screen about how, some travelers that are used to this experiential travel or have experienced it before, it's hard for them to go back to maybe that branded hotel and that, standard stay, which I think people were looking for when there was just all of this kind of, standards were all over the place, right? But now people want that uniqueness. It's almost like if it doesn't feel real to me, then I don't want it, right? And that's the whole authenticity, right?
The authenticity component is missed so often. And that is really where you have to draw the line. If we're doing something because we think it's a fun trend, great. But if we're doing it for no other reason, then you're going to fall flat. And not all yoga or wellness or sound baths or all these things that are hip and trendy right now and also have a really wonderful place in the health and wellness space fit every environment, right? Like they shouldn't be at some hotels. It just doesn't make sense, right? And so, I think being back on property and being in the mix this season was so great. I mean, this is why we fell in love with the industry, right? Like talking to guests, talking to the team members. And it was a nice reminder of, is it real?
Yeah.
Right? Are we doing this because it's real? And I think Bridgeton does an exceptional job of that. And I'm not just plugging Bridgeton. I genuinely believe that. But we did, we had a few experiences that we said, we're just not going to repeat this. It's not a good fit for us. It was great, but it wasn't the best for us.
Yeah.
So
you learn a lot from both sides of the spectrum there. And, I think that is the one thing with the Independent Hotel Show series that we had the privilege of running and hosting you on the Sweet Spot for the first time. You got that passion through those conversations of people that genuinely do care about creating the most memorable experiences for their guests. And that's, a trend that I think will forever be ingrained in independent hotels. So now on the other side of the work that you're doing is with the NYC Women of Hospitality. Exciting news over there to announce as well. You want to share that?
We are thrilled to announce that we launched an Orlando chapter. Our original founder, her name is Tiffany Pera. She relocated to Orlando during the pandemic and was such a huge part of constantly sponsoring and supporting us back in New York. And when she came to the Women in Hotels brunch back in March, she said, you know what, we're launching a second chapter. We're doing it. So I don't know, not 6 weeks later, Orlando Women of Hospitality was launched. Check them out. If you're in the Orlando area, please join them for their next event. They're doing great. I think their first event had 40 or 50 attendees, which is, for these types of organizations, for a first event to have that many is exceptional. So we're very proud of Tiffany.
That's so awesome. Right in our backyard.
I know, exactly. You have to go to one.
So exciting. Thank you so much, Kat, for joining me here on the Sweet Spot, and we'll continue to keep watching. Hope you have an amazing independent hotel show.
Thank you very much. You as well.
Awesome.